This is where the true expression of the artist is realized.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're ranking all the High School Musical songs from worst to best.
The prom number, everything. It's gonna be a great show.
For this list, we'll be looking at the musical numbers from all three movies and ranking them based on their impact within the plot, memorability, and overall quality. We are excluding songs featured in deleted or extended scenes, so you won't find Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Apua A here. Since plot points will be discussed, a spoiler alert is now in effect. What's your favorite High School Musical song? Let us know in the comments. Number 28. Senior Year Spring Musical. High School Musical 3 Senior Year. Welcome to East High's Spring Musicale.
It's our last chance to share the stage before we go our separate ways.
The clever production starts with an introductory air we haven't heard before. However, it soon becomes a medley of past numbers, including but not limited to I Want It All and A Night to Remember. Unfortunately, that means we don't get the chance to fully immerse ourselves in any of the featured tunes.
We're being pulled 100 different directions.
Focus, Jimmy. Come on, man.
We're witnessing a grand theatrical recreation of sorts. And while it's enjoyable, we're missing the profundity of the individual songs by virtue of context. Plus, the chaos throughout, while humorous and intriguing plot-wise, takes away from the music. That and the fact that none of the tracks we hear have the space to properly shine makes this showing underwhelming. Number 27. Walk Away. High School Musical 3 Senior Year. There's arguably no such thing as a bad High School Musical song. Even so, Walk Away doesn't showcase Gabriella at her best. That's not to say it doesn't have anything going for it. Musically and lyrically, it's a respectable sad song. The problem, however, is that we don't buy it.
No goodbyes, 'cause I can't bear to say it. I never survived the one that's coming if I stay.
Gabriella's been accepted into Stanford's early orientation program for freshmen, and instead of saying a proper goodbye, she sings Walk Away and, you guessed it, leaves Albuquerque.
You know I'm strong, but I can't take that, or it's too late. I'll just walk away.
It's a childish, unnecessary move that cheapens the number. We can't help but feel like Vanessa Hudgens' immense talents were wasted here. She needed a solo that packed an emotional punch and made us sob. We know she would have brought it. Number 26. When There Was Me and You. High School Musical. Many of us grew up believing in fairy tales, but life and love are more complicated than those stories make them out to be. When Gabriella hears Troy tell his friends that she and the musical are unimportant, she has that realization and expresses it via song.
Why did I let myself believe miracles could happen? 'Cause now I have to pretend that I don't really care.
Sure, he doesn't mean what he said, but she doesn't know that. When There Was Me and You shows us her pain, but it isn't as effective as it could be.
But everybody else could tell that I confused my feelings with the truth. When there was me and you.
While Vanessa Hudgens sells the performance as she wanders through the empty school, the record's confusing production distracts from her valiant effort and the moment. It captures the break in Gabriella's youthful naivety, but it struggles to compare to other ones of its kind.
I thought you felt it too. When there was me and you.
Number 25. Just Wanna Be With You. High School Musical 3 Senior Year. Rehearsals are a chance to figure out what works and what doesn't. Maybe Kelsey could have kept working on this one?
We're being pulled
100 different
But whatever happens, I know I've got you.
Seeing her and Ryan sing together is great, since neither of them get to do it often enough. Still, they only briefly get to show off their chops and become each other's prom dates before we cut to Troy and Gabriella performing.
All I wanna do is be with you.
Did we need another Troyella duet? Plus, at this point, we've heard a slew of affectionate songs. We would have needed something otherworldly to get our attention. Just Wanna Be With You is cute, if a little cheesy, but it fails to stand out. It just feels like something we've heard before.
Nothing can break us apart. You know it's true.
Number 24, Scream, High School Musical 3 senior year. Is there something about the halls of East High that demand kids go through them and sing while having an existential crisis?
Gonna fight to find myself, me and no one else. Which way I can tell, I'm searching, can't find her.
Troy is torn between basketball and theater and doesn't know which path he should take moving forward. Plus, Gabriella isn't there to help him. It all makes him want to yell out, hence this dread-filled number.
I want my own thing, so bad I'm gonna stray. I can't choose, so confused, what's it all mean?
It's about 4 minutes of him singing about making a choice about his future to an intense beat with moody, gravity-defying visuals. It's stimulating, yes, but the conflict is also familiar. Granted, college is fast approaching, and there's a lot on the line. Unfortunately, that makes Scream more disappointing. We love a brooding Troy Bolton, which is how we know he had a more powerful track in him.
I want my own dream, so bad I'm gonna scream.
Number 23, Right Here, Right Now, High School Musical 3 senior year. Have you ever wished everything would just slow down?
If we could have any dream, I'd wish this moment was ours to own it, and that it would never leave.
With college around the corner, it looks like Troy and Gabriella are going to be separated by distance, so they understandably want to freeze time. They can't do that, but with Right Here, Right Now, they can live in and cherish the now.
Tomorrow can wait for some other day to be.
But right now there's you and me.
It's believable and endearing, and drives home the plot that they're in love. Still, it isn't the most complex number, especially if you take away the treehouse, starry night sky, and fawn stairs. So our hearts don't melt as much as we wish they would. We'd gladly duet the ballad with someone, but it probably wouldn't be our top pick for karaoke night.
You and but right now there's you and me.
Number 22, Now or Never, High School Musical 3 senior year. If only every basketball game featured a musical number. As the first song we hear in the third movie, Now or Never needs to deliver the goods. And it does, at first.
The way we play tonight is what we leave behind. It all comes down to right now. It's up to us.
The on-theme lyrics and strong melody convey the urgency of the situation. The Wildcats must win the last basketball game of the season. There's only 16 minutes remaining for the seniors to cement their legacies, and the sporty tune has us invested. But it falls into a dangerous trap when it switches gears to spotlight Troy and Gabriella.
You can do it, just know that I believe.
And that's all I really need.
Then come on.
Make me strong. It's time to turn it up. Game on.
It's supposed to be about teamwork, and shifting the focus to the couple, even briefly, undercuts that. There's a time and place for this duo to steal the show, but this isn't it.
The last chance to make us mine. The people know who we are. It's now or never.
Number 21, The Boys Are Back, High School Musical 3 senior year. Troy and Chad are friendship goals, so you can imagine our happiness when they added a musical component to their bond. The song is an action-packed and exciting ode to childhood imagination.
It's time to show how to be a superhero. Just like a showdown. Keep the pedal to the metal. Go!
It's upbeat, carefree, and catchy, and the way the scene switches between the boys now and them as kids near the end is precious. Having said that, we wish it would have dug a little deeper.
Oh, yeah. Boys are back. Hey, the boys are back.
The hero theme is engaging, but arguably cliché. There was potential for the lyrics to go further into the characters' psyches as they remembered their childhood days. We also wouldn't have minded seeing more of the duo through the years, and witnessing their evolution in the song. Regardless, we're glad the boys are back.
Down the walls anytime we want. I'm sure that you know by now. The boys are back.
Number 20. Work This Out, High School Musical 2. Nobody said having a summer job would be easy, but the kids of East High certainly didn't think it would be this hard.
However, what we're looking for from all of you is not inspiration, but perspiration.
After their boss, Mr. Fulton, makes it obvious that he's going to make them sweat, they're discouraged. So, naturally, they start singing out their grievances.
How did we get from the top of the world to the bottom of the heap?
I don't recall you mentioning the boss is such a creep.
But we all know that when a Wildcat is feeling down, nobody can cheer them up like Troy Bolton. He jumps in, putting an optimistic spin on things.
We've got to work this out. We'll make things right. The sun will shine.
Preaching perseverance is admirable, and incorporating the kitchen appliances musically definitely adds a nice thematic touch. Still, Work This Out isn't as intricate as the second movie's other offerings. It's almost convincing enough to make us forget about the gang's rough working conditions, though.
If we work, there'll be no doubt. We can still save the summer. If we work this out. Gotta work this.
Number 19. All for One, High School Musical 2. What better way to celebrate summer than with a musically charged party at a country club? Closing out the second film, All for One sees all of our characters enjoying themselves, grooving and singing about living it up in each other's company.
Summertime together, now we're even closer. That's the way it's meant to be.
Oh, we're just getting started. Come and join the party. You deserve it, same as me.
Granted, some of the franchise's ensemble numbers have set an insanely high bar, and this one doesn't quite reach it. It definitely does not miss the mark, but it arguably also doesn't leave as big of an impression as its counterparts.
It's not about the future. It's not about the past. It's making every single day last and last and last.
Nevertheless, it's fresh, fun, and breezy, which is exactly what you need for a summer anthem. It's imbued with a sense of freedom and glee that's hard to dislike. Plus, Miley Cyrus is there. One for all and all for one, indeed.
Come on, everyone, let's dance. We can't let the moment pass. Let's make the party last. All for one, all for one.
Number 18. I Want It All, High School Musical 3 Senior Year. Thinking about the future can be scary, but Sharpay knows exactly what she wants, and she's not afraid to vocalize it.
Don't you see that bigger is better and better is bigger? A little bit is never. No.
Does I Want It All tell us anything about her and Ryan that we don't already know? Not really. It doesn't indicate any sort of major breakthrough or teach us a valuable life lesson either. But that doesn't mean it's not super entertaining, with a sensational refrain and electrifying accompaniment that make us feel like $1,000,000.
I want the world, nothing less. All the glam and the press, only giving me the best reviews. I want it all.
That's saying nothing of the production value on display. No expense was spared to bring the glossy vision to life, and it paid off. The decadent dance pop tune is showbiz, and has enough glitz and glamour running through it to last a lifetime. Number 17. High School Musical, High School Musical 3 Senior Year. Talk about a proper moving send-off. High School Musical heartwarmingly wraps up the story, bringing us full circle at graduation with one final epic ensemble number.
High School Musical, who says we have to let it go? It's the best part we've ever known. Step into the future.
The farewell marks a new beginning while paying tribute to the unbeatable times we've had. With this rhythmic song, the characters and actors are letting us know that just because they're closing this chapter doesn't mean they'll ever forget it. Needless to say, we won't either.
Can the show us never gonna close? It's what got us here, we know. High school lives on forevermore.
No matter what, the trilogy will always be with us, because who says we have to let it go? It's no wonder the words get stuck in our heads and we find ourselves dancing along as tears start to well up in our eyes. Could someone please pass the tissues?
Memories that last forever. I want the rest of my life to feel just like a high school musical.
Number 16. What I've Been Looking For, High School Musical. Auditions can be daunting, to say the least. Sharpay and Ryan are basically pros though, and thankfully they have this captivating number on their side too.
This feeling's like no other. I want you to know.
The siblings' lively arrangement adds something special to the lines, taking the song to the next level and making it feel like something you would see on Broadway. Troy and Gabriella's subsequent performance of the track is lovely, to be sure, but it doesn't quite live up to Ryan and Sharpay's snazzy rendition in terms of impact.
So good to be seen, so good to be heard. Don't have to say a word.
Still, we can't imagine there's a version of What I've Been Looking For that could let us down. That's the kind of versatility we've been looking for, and we're not letting it go anytime soon.
So lonely before I finally found what I've been looking for.
Number 15. Can I Have This Dance? High School Musical 3 Senior Year. Promposals are a big deal for high schoolers, and Troy doesn't disappoint when he invites Gabriella to their spot. She then takes the moment from charming to swoon-worthy by initiating a waltz lesson, with music and lyrics to boot.
Won't you
Now won't
promise
you promise me that you'll never forget
we'll keep
to
dancing
keep dancing
wherever we go next?
Can I Have This Dance is, on the surface, a simple question. But each word and step conveys an awe-inspiring sense of romance, reaffirming that the couple is meant to be. It's about the trust that exists between them, in dance and in life, which is a gorgeous sentiment.
It's 1 in a million, the chances of feeling the way we do.
As if that wasn't adorable enough, the duo perform a graceful reprise when Troy surprises Gabriella at Stanford on prom night. We'd never say no to watching them dance together, especially if this ballad is accompanying them.
And with every step together, we just keep on getting better.
So can I have this
Can I have this dance?
Number 14. Every Day, High School Musical 2. Just when we thought High School Musical 2 couldn't surprise us, it stages a talent show performance we'd have loved to witness live. As soon as Troy starts singing, we know something exceptional is happening. But it's not until Gabriella's voice unexpectedly appears that we realize how bewitching the production is.
Every day of our lives,
wanna find you there, wanna hold on tight.
We swear these two were born to sing side by side. Their chemistry on stage is simply undeniable. Every Day is a wonderfully emotive duet all about following your heart alongside the one you love. That's rather fitting since it marks the couple's reconciliation.
we're taking it back, doing it here together.
It's better like that and stronger now than ever.
The rest of the gang joins in too, giving the already entrancing piece some extra bounce. Even Sharpay winds up participating, so you know it's a first-rate tune. Number 13, A Night to Remember, High School Musical 3 Senior Year. Who doesn't love prom? It's the dance most high school seniors spend all year eagerly waiting for, so it's only right that the East High kids dedicate something to it in their spring musical, and that we get to watch the rehearsal.
Ready for the night of nights, the night of nights, alright.
Don't panic. Panic!
Everyone wants prom to be a night they'll remember, filled with magical moments. This musical number not only understands that, it embodies it, touching on everything from the fun that comes with getting ready to the event itself.
It's gonna be a night to remember. It's gonna be the night to last forever.
Presenting both the male and female perspectives, it perfectly pinpoints the stress, anticipation, elation, and every other emotion that makes prom night special. Plus, the visuals and choreography elevate the fantasy, and it's exhilarating. This is definitely a song to remember. Number 12, Bop to the Top, High School Musical. Sometimes you just need to add a little theatricality to your life.
I believe in dreaming, shooting for the stars.
Baby, to be number one, you got to raise the bar.
We learned early on in the first movie that Sharpay and Ryan could sing and dance. But it wasn't until this duet that we knew they had what it takes to climb the ladder of success. The tune is big, bold, and invigorating, and needs performers who share those qualities to unlock its full potential. Naturally, that makes the Evans siblings the ideal people to bring it to life.
Yeah, we're gonna pop, 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 pop to the top.
Wipe away your inhibitions.
Stomp, 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 do the romp and strut your step.
They have a pep in each step, nailing a vividly choreographed routine that's too good for words. Exuding drama in the best way possible, Bop to the Top is nothing short of iconic.
We'll keep stepping up and we just won't stop.
Till we reach the top. Pop to the top.
We're all reacting like Ms. Darbus during this one. Number 11, Get Your Head in the Game, High School Musical. What do you do when you can't quite focus on sports because you're thinking about your crush and the school musical? You sing about getting your head in the game, of course.
A second chance, gotta grab it and go. Maybe this time we hit the right notes. Wait a minute at the time and place. Wait a minute, get my head in the game.
This infectious number is full of the kind of intensity you'd expect to see during a basketball practice, dribbling and all. But it pulls double duty, also taking us into Troy's mind and giving him a chance to express himself.
Why am I feeling so wrong? My head's in the game, but my heart's in the song. She makes this feel so right. Should I go for it? I better shake this. Yikes.
The juxtaposition between music and athletics is central to the first movie, and it cleverly anchors this song, making it a winner. Plus, it gets us moving, wrapping athletics, inner turmoil, and some great moves into a snappy package. Get Your Head in the Game never fails to get our attention.
I gotta get my head in the game.
Number 10, What Time Is It? High School Musical 2.
Summer, 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 summer.
You know that amazing feeling when the last class of the school year finally ends and you jump out of your seat ready to conquer summer? If that feeling were a song, it would be this magnetic one.
What time is it?
The time of our lives, anticipation.
What time is it?
Summertime, school's out, scream shout.
First, it fills the room with anticipation, and then it promptly takes over each hallway, infusing the whole building with a vibrant energy that's impossible to resist. What Time Is It makes it clear that our favorite characters are prepared to have a wild adventure.
Goodbye to rules, no summer school. I'm free to shop till I drop.
It's an education vacation.
And the party never has to stop.
On top of that, it also places us back into their world and pumps us up with an electrifying chorus and sick dance moves. If you ask us, it's always time to play this opening track.
What time is it? It's party time.
Number 9, Stick to the Status Quo, High School Musical. Sticking to the status quo may be wrong, but listening to this song feels oh so right. After Troy and Gabriella land a callback for the musical, things get messy. That's where this number comes in, as other kids start expressing themselves and are promptly told to stay in their lanes. It lays out the outdated structure and thought system that dominates East High, while also showing us that the school's ecosystem should be disrupted. It does all of that while being commanding and genuinely engaging, which is no small feat.
Everybody quiet!
By the end, we want to pop with Martha, and are ready to volunteer as Zeke's taste testers. Can ya blame us? Number 8. Fabulous, High School Musical 2. Sharpay Evans isn't just the primo girl at East High, she's also the primo girl at Lava Springs Country Club.
I dip in the pool, I trip to the spa, endless days in my shades, the whole world according to moi. Excuse me. Thank you.
This peppy tune makes sure we know it, spotlighting her need to have the best of the best. It's just as fabulous as Sharpay herself, which is about as big a compliment as we can give.
All things fabulous, bigger and better and best. I need something inspiring to help me get along. I need a little fabulous. Is that so wrong?
Ashley Tisdale completely commits, portraying the character at her most diva-esque and fully making us believe each opulent lyric. Ryan and the backup singers are a great posse, and the pink piano in the pool certainly doesn't hurt either. It's entirely over the top and exaggerated, but that's exactly why it's so entertaining. We like what we see. We like it a lot.
I need fabulous. I want fabulous.
Number 7. I Don't Dance, High School Musical 2. Sometimes the most unexpected collaborations can yield the most amazing results. Case in point, we didn't think we'd ever see Chad and Ryan performing together, but it turns out they're a great match.
I don't dance. I know you can. Not a chance. No. If I can do this, well, you can do that. But I don't dance. Get it out of the park.
While the former doesn't think he can bust a move, the latter is determined to show him he has what it takes to compete in the talent show. And he succeeds. I Don't Dance is packed to the brim with dynamism and spirit, and proves that stepping outside your comfort zone is worth it.
You're talking a lot. Show me what you got. Stop. Swing. Hey.
Just when we thought things couldn't get any more sensational, they hit us with a dance break we didn't know we needed. Chad and Ryan knock it out of the park. Dare we say it's a home run?
I don't dance. No.
Number 6. Gotta Go My Own Way, High School Musical 2. Gabriella is a kind person, but even she has her limits. After Sharpay schemes to stop the Wildcats from competing in the talent show, she puts her foot down. That involves leaving Lava Springs and ending things with Troy, who's basically become unrecognizable, with a soul-stirring duet.
It's so hard to say, but I gotta do what's best for me. You'll be okay.
Gotta Go My Own Way is immensely poignant, raising the stakes at a critical point in the story. There's no animosity in the lyrics or delivery, but there's so much sorrow and heartache that we can't help but get teary-eyed.
Got to move on and be who I am.
Why do you have to go?
I just don't belong here. I hope you understand.
Gabriella and Troy's pain radiates through the screen and cuts us deep. We knew they could sing the heck out of a love song, but it turns out they can wreck us with a breakup ballad too.
We might find a place in this world someday, but at least for now, I gotta go my own way.
Number 5. Start of Something New, High School Musical. A good movie musical will often have a number that establishes its universe and gets viewers excited to spend the next few hours in the company of its characters. That's asking a lot, but start of something new is more than up to the challenge.
This could be the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you. Oh.
Performed by Troy and Gabriella during a New Year's Eve party, it immediately grips us with its hopeful message. Not only is it a breathtaking and very aptly titled duet, but it's like fate personified, working in mysterious ways to connect our two leads.
Now who'd have ever thought that we'd both be here tonight?
Yeah, and the world looks so much
Brighter, brighter.
Oh, with you by my side.
Simple and tender, it allows both of them to amaze us while fostering their insane spark, especially when they lean into it. Who knew Destiny could sound so pretty?
And now looking in your eyes,
I feel in my heart the start of something new.
start of something
Start of something new.
Number 4. You Are the Music in Me, High School Musical 2. If pianist and composer extraordinaire Kelsey Nielsen writes something for you, you're going to want to sing it. After all, look at this harmonious duet she creates for Troy and Gabriella. It doesn't get much more heavenly than likening the person you love to a melody that's within you through song.
Single voice above the noise, and like a common thread.
You're pulling me.
The magnificent lyrics speak for themselves, describing a pure, all-encompassing romance. The way Troy and Gabriella look at each other as they perform, with their voices gorgeously fusing into one, gives us butterflies.
When I hear my favorite song, I know that we belong. You are the music in me.
It all combines to create a mesmerizing and affectionate piece that could thaw even the iciest of hearts. We have to give Sharpay props for the flamboyance she brings to the reprise, but nothing beats the original.
Yeah, it's living in all of us. It's brought us here because you are the music in me.
Number 3. Bet on It, High School Musical 2. We knew Zac Efron had what it takes to bring an angsty, heated song and dance to life. Judging by his rendition of Bet on It, we were right.
How will I know if there's a path worth taking? Should I question every move I make? With all I've lost, my heart is breaking. I don't want to make the same mistake.
At this point, Troy is pissed. Gabriella's gone, he's on the outs with his friends, and he just found out that the junior staff members are being excluded from the talent show. He's also pretty lost personally. It all boils over and comes out in this introspective track.
I'm not gonna stop, that's who I am. I'll give it all I got, that is my plan. When I find what I lost, you know you can bet on it, bet on it.
His determination is palpable, and each word he sings is filled with fervor. The protagonist's power is matched only by the brisk, attention-grabbing rhythm. Efron didn't need to go that hard, but you can bet we're glad he did.
I'm the type of guy who means what I say. Bet on it, you can't bet on me.
Number 2. Breaking Free, High School Musical. Can a song make you fall in love? We'd say this one certainly can. Troy and Gabriella are arguably the heart of the High School Musical movies, and this riveting duet is their masterpiece, a sign of their bond and strength.
Can you feel it building? Like a wave the ocean just can't control.
Connecting by a feeling, ooh, in our very soul.
Very soul.
It's the best choice for a callback audition, representing everything they faced and rose above, while marking a gripping emotional high point. With enchanting lyrics and a compelling melody, Breaking Free makes us feel like we're listening to the sound of magic.
Soaring, flying, there's not a star in heaven that we can reach. If we're trying,
Yeah, we're breaking free.
breaking free.
The whole production is further bolstered by Troy and Gabriella's undeniable connection and the clapping crowd. This ballad soared its way right into our hearts the first time it played, and it's been with us ever since.
You know the world can see us in a way that's different than who we are.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. We're all in this together. High School Musical. The High School Musical franchise isn't just a collection of stories. For those of us who grew up with them, the movies symbolize an experience, a reminder to be yourself, follow your dreams, and embrace your friends. We're All in This Together is emblematic of all those things and so much more.
Everyone is special in their own way. We make each other strong. We're not the same, we're different in a good way. Together's where we belong.
The enthralling ensemble number is ambitious, unifying, punchy, and carries a joyous energy that invites you in and makes you feel completely at home. That's probably why we know it by heart. Bonus points to those who can nail the legendary choreography, too. The slowed-down version that appears in the third installment isn't necessarily as entrancing, but it's a sweet callback nonetheless. We're cheering for the Wildcats forever. What team?
Wildcats everywhere. Wave your hands up in the air. That's the way we do it. Let's get to it. Come on, everyone.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.